For 8 years, legends were made, rivalries born, and the beautiful game was redefined. 8 years ago, the Balkan Futsal League began as a small but ambitious competition. What started as a gathering of passionate players quickly grew into a powerhouse league that would shape the future of Hacksball itself. The league became known for its high-octane gameplay, intense competition, and a level of skill that drew in fans from all corners of the Hacksball world. As the league's reputation soared, challengers emerged. Leagues from across the globe aimed to outshine it, but none more aggressively than the Premier League Balkan, the Balkan Hacksball League. These leagues, fueled by regional pride and top-tier talent, sought to claim the crown as the best futsal hacksball competition. The Balkan Hacksball League rose quickly, boasting some of the most formidable players in the region. Their style was disciplined and efficient, built around tactical mastery and precision passing. For a moment, they were seen as the future of Hacksball futsal, luring away several key talents from the Balkan Futsal League. But despite their success, they lacked the frenzied atmosphere and drama that made our league truly iconic. The Premier League Balkan was great, but it couldn't capture the heart-pounding, unpredictable nature that BFL was known for. Then came the Premier League Balkan, a league built on raw aggression and physicality. They wanted to be everything BFL wasn't: rougher, faster, and unrelenting. Matches in the Premier League Balkan were chaotic brawls that tested not just skill, but endurance. They succeeded in capturing the attention of fans who craved action, but their unpredictability led to inconsistency. Teams would rise and fall overnight, and champions never seemed to hold the title for long. Despite their efforts, neither league could ever dethrone the Balkan Futsal League. The BFL's unique blend of skill, strategy, and spectacle kept it on top. Players from across the globe still flocked to its pitch, hoping to make their mark and stand among the greats, but the story didn't end there. As the rival leagues fought to take its place, the Balkan Futsal League faced internal challenges. Politics, player transfers, and scandals threatened to tear it apart. It was in this storm of chaos that the league abruptly went silent, with many wondering if it would ever return. Not all legends are made on the pitch, some are built through passion. At the heart of the Balkan Futsal League's storied history is one man, Ankur. He wasn't the most skilled player on the field, nor did he claim to be. In fact, Ankur often joked that he could barely keep up with the pace of the game. But what he lacked in talent, he more than made up for in something far more important: his love for the game. Ankur wasn't driven by the desire to be the best player, but by the dream of building a place where everyone could come together and experience the thrill of futsal on Hacksball. In the early days, when Hacksball was still an emerging community, players struggled to find consistent, well-organized competitions. There was chaos, disorganization, and little sense of belonging. But Ankur had a vision. He wanted to change that. It started with a simple idea: create a league that wasn't about egos, fame, or exclusivity, but about the love of the game. Ankur believed that football was bigger than any single player, and his goal was to create a space where every player, regardless of skill level, could feel like they were part of something greater. And so, the Balkan Futsal League was born. From day one, Ankur poured everything he had into the league. He organized matches, managed teams, and worked tirelessly to build a community that cared about fair play, sportsmanship, and excitement. While others were chasing glory on the field, Amker stayed behind the scenes, ensuring that everyone else could have their moment in the spotlight. Despite his lack of playing prowess, the players admired and respected him. They knew that without Amker, there would be no league, no community, and no platform for them to showcase their skills. He was always there, whether it was to settle disputes, encourage newcomers, or simply remind everyone that the league was about enjoying the game. His dedication to the players and their experience never wavered, even during the most difficult times. When rival leagues like the Premier League Balkan and the Balkan Haksball League tried to dethrone BFL, it was Amker's unwavering commitment that kept the league together. He wasn't concerned with being the biggest or the most popular. He only cared about creating an environment where futsal was respected and players could thrive, even when the league faced its darkest days. When controversy and doubt threatened to tear it apart, Amker stood firm. Though he might not have been the best player, his heart for the game and for the people playing it was unmatched. And that's what made the Balkan Futsal League not just a competition, but a family. Now, as the league is in years of silence, Amker's legacy lives on. The foundation he built, the community he nurtured, and the love he spread through every match still echo in the league's heart. Every goal, every tackle, and every victory are a tribute to the man who believed that Haksball wasn't just a game, it was a place for everyone to belong. Amker may not have been a legend on the pitch, but he'll forever be a legend of the game. Heroes rise and fall, but legends live forever. Throughout the history of the Balkan Futsal League, many players have left their mark on the pitch, etching their names into the league's legacy. From world-class champions to rising stars, these players have defined eras, set records, and inspired countless others. Among them, a few stand above the rest, their stories intertwined with the very heart of the league. Muris, the greatest of all time. If there is one name that reigns supreme in the history of the Balkan Futsal League, it is Muris. Known simply as the King of BFL, Muris was more than just a player, he was an icon. His vision, ball control, and unmatched tactical intelligence earned him the reputation of being the greatest player to ever step foot in the league. No defender could outwit him, no goalkeeper could stop him when he was in form. His play style was both graceful and ruthless, blending finesse with deadly precision. Muris wasn't just a star, he was the standard by which all other players were measured. Every aspiring player in the league wanted to be like Muris, but none could quite reach the heights he achieved. His dominance on the pitch was almost mythical, and to this day, no one has been able to truly surpass him. Del, the best foreign talent. When Del arrived at the Balkan Futsal League, he brought with him a level of technical mastery that left fans and players in awe. A foreign player who had already made a name for himself in other leagues. Del quickly established himself as one of the most talented players to ever compete in BFL. His smooth dribbling, pinpoint passes, and ability to adapt to any team made him a force to be reckoned with. Rashford, the homegrown star. Rashford is the perfect example of a player who grew up within the Balkan Futsal League system, becoming a star right before everyone's eyes. Starting as a raw talent, Rashford quickly evolved into one of the most feared players in the league. His speed, energy, and relentless drive made him a nightmare for opposing defenders. What makes Rashford's story so special is his rise from a promising rookie to a seasoned veteran who defined an era in BFL. He became a symbol of what the league could produce, a homegrown talent who not only matched the legends that came before him but forged his own path. Rashford's legacy continues to inspire young players who dream of rising through the ranks of the BFL. Shaqiri, the defensive wall, in a league filled with attacking brilliance, Shaqiri stood tall as the ultimate defender. His ability to read the game, anticipate attacks, and neutralize the most dangerous opponents made him a cornerstone of every team he played for. Shaqiri wasn't flashy, but his presence was invaluable. Whenever he stepped onto the field, his team knew they had an unbreakable wall at the back. Tomza, the creative genius, Tomza was an artist on the pitch. A player whose creativity seemed limitless. Known for his visionary playmaking, he had a knack for unlocking defenses with passes no one else could see. His ability to dictate the tempo of the game and orchestrate attacks from deep made him the heartbeat of any team he played for. Bale, the silent assassin, Bale was never the loudest player on or off the pitch, but his impact was felt in every match. A clinical finisher and an expert at finding space, Bale had a quiet but deadly presence that could turn the tide of any game in an instant. Defenders often underestimated him, but once he got the ball in the box, there was little they could do to stop him. Neo, the unshakable goalkeeper, Neo wasn't just a player, he was a fortress. As a goalkeeper, he defined what it meant to be the last line of defense. With lightning-fast reflexes and an unbreakable focus, Neo made the impossible look easy. He could pull off jaw-dropping saves in the most critical moments, and his ability to command the defense made him an invaluable leader at the back. Yadno, the engine, Yadno was the workhorse of the league, known for his relentless energy and tireless effort. He might not have been the most technically gifted player, but what he lacked in finesse, he more than made up for with his unwavering determination. Yadno was the kind of player who would fight for every ball, track back on defense, and never stop running until the final whistle. Historic, the game changer, Historic lived up to his name. Every time he stepped onto the pitch, there was a sense that something special was about to happen. Known for his ability to change the course of a game in an instant, Historic had an innate talent for seizing big moments. Whether it was a clutch goal or a game-saving tackle, Historic was always there when it mattered most. Defender, the fan favorite, few players captured the hearts of fans quite like Defender. Known for his flair and charisma, Defender brought a sense of joy and excitement to every game he played. His style was unconventional, and he often took risks that others wouldn't dare to try. But more often than not, those risks paid off in spectacular fashion. Defender's fearless approach made him a fan favorite, and his highlight reel plays were the stuff of legend. Whether it was a dazzling solo run or a last-minute winner, Defender always delivered in the big moments. His connection with the fans and his flair for the dramatic made him one of the most beloved players in BFL history. Peely, the comedian of the BFL. Not every legend is made by goals, some are made by laughter. Peely may not have been the best player in the Balkan Futsal League. In fact, he was famously one of the worst. His passes went astray, his positioning was questionable, and his mistakes often led to goals for the opposition. But what he lacked in skill, he more than made up for with his sense of humor. In a league of champions, Peely was the heart that kept the spirit alive. The Balkan Futsal League is more than just a competition. It is a battleground of skill, heart, and pride. From the smallest towns to the grandest cities, players who once bled for their teams are returning, ready to reclaim their place in history. The rivalries that shaped an era are ready to ignite once again, and new talents are rising from the ashes, hungry to write their own stories. After years of silence, the echoes of fierce competition, heart-stopping moments, and untold passion are about to be heard once again. The Balkan Futsal League, once the pride of the region, is making its triumphant comeback. Many thought the glory days were over. The pitches had grown cold, the rivalries had faded into memory. And the spirit that once united players and fans across the Balkans seemed lost forever. But deep beneath the surface, the fire never truly went out, it was waiting. Waiting for the right moment. Waiting for us. But this comeback isn't just about returning to the past. It's about building something greater than ever before. The league will be stronger, faster, and more intense. New challenges, fresh faces, and an unstoppable drive to prove that Balkan Futsal is back to reclaim its throne. For those who lived through the glory days, the league's return is more than just a revival, it's redemption. For the new generation, it's a chance to carve their names in the stone of history. The wait is over. This is the Balkan Futsal League. We are coming back.